Walmart is pulling the plug on more robots, according to the Wall Street Journal. Now, in our opinion, what is quite possibly the worst headline of all time, the Wall Street Journal has reported that Walmart is quote unquote phasing out its 17-foot tall pickup towers from inside its stores. According to a Walmart spokesperson that was quoted in the article, quote, the customer told us they want one pickup spot and they want that pickup spot to be outside, end quote. And headline aside, what do you think of this article? What does it say to you? What does this headline say to you?
Well, I always hate when they're like, customers tell us this is what they want. This is what they want. It always goes back to the like old Henry Ford quote, like, you just tell me you'd want a faster horse. Like, no, that's not the simple answer. Right. And I think for me, my biggest pet peeve about this is like, people are like, well, yeah, just move the tower outside. There's an internet meme that I love. I don't know if you've seen it, Chris, but it's like, one does not simply blank, blank, blank. Like you can fill it in. It's from like some movie that, of course, I've probably never watched, but like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves or something. But anyway, I think the point is, I'll post the meme on LinkedIn so people can see what I'm talking about. It does exist. But anyway, I think the point is one does not simply move the tower outside. You can't, it's not as simple as just going to curbside. You are missing the point. And I got deep into a Reddit thread last night of Walmart employees who were talking about this, who were like, this is like, it's the towers. So there were some issues with the towers. Some of the placement of the towers wasn't working. It was like in the middle of produce and like it just, it was a temporary fix. And now I think as we look at Walmart and other retailers who are starting to really like rip off this Band-Aid, like figure out what the long-term strategy is going to be for fulfilling orders, both in store and curbside, we're going to see still a lot more flexibility needed in what the right solution is. But there were rumors in that thread that they're actually going to larger kiosks. So they're not completely getting rid of the towers, but they might be looking at something that's more along the lines of, what we're seeing at like the Jewel Osco, for example. So bigger formats allow you, like where they're allowing you to pull in and, pick up from a larger kiosk. You don't have to go in store to this like random kiosk you have to find. So I think overall, like this will get better. This is not the end of pickup towers altogether. And it's not just curbside as the answer.
Yeah, or pickup towers or pickup lockers is probably actually the better way to say this. I mean, the thing I hate about this article, and this is why we do what we do, and no offense to the Wall Street Journal, but I'm going to be pointed here, is this actually has nothing to do with robots, really. Like, and that article actually makes the comparison of Walmart's robot efforts with Bossa Nova. And Bossa Nova against an automated pickup tower in terms of robotics are two really different things. Like one is roving the store and looking at shelf accuracy and inventory. The other one is just moving parcels around in a locker to make sure that everything is staged appropriately. Those are two really different dynamics in terms of what's going on. And lumping that all in, I think, does the whole thing a disservice. And to your point, the disservice is that there's still a lot of unknowns in terms of, how this is going to work. Like there's still the big question is, do lockers matter? Do we need them in the United States? They're huge over in Europe. Where do we need them here and in what densities? Do we need them in the store, or actually are they better served outside of the store? Like, and Cleveron makes both. Or both, right? And Cleveron makes the towers inside the store that Walmart's talking about. And then they also make the ones that you were referencing with Albertsons, right? And Jewel Osco, right? And what does that look like? And what is the architectural experience that combines walk up and drive up outdoors out of the store? I don't think we know the answers there yet. And that's really the story here, is that we're only in the first innings of this, right? And I don't fault Walmart for trying this experiment. I think it's a great experience. Plus, it also was a big, huge gesture in the store to say, look, we have pickup. Right. And there was probably a lot of value in that. What do you think, Anne? Anything else to add?
Yeah, I think like number one, we still haven't seen the end all solution. The current solutions that, everybody from Target to Walmart, the lines that you're waiting in, whether you're doing curbside or you're doing in-store pickup, like it's still a problem that needs to be solved, and it's going to take some time and some experimentation. So
yeah. And the other part of the story with lockers too, that I think that we should bring up is like, when you're talking about lockers in a Walmart or a Target where they're already built in areas where there's a lot of density, and shout out to my boy Nate for telling me this. It's not something I'd really thought of. that's a different question than the setups in Europe, right? But like these are big stores with a lot of space and they have a lot of people around them. So how you look at lockers within that environment can be a very different dynamic. But when you start going, say, further and further and further out, what do lockers provide as that consolidated pickup point or delivery point? There's all kinds of angles that haven't been explored here. And that's where the conversation needs to go.